What if I told you that most Christians have been reading Deuteronomy 8:18 completely wrong? They think it's a nice reminder that God helps us make money. But what if this verse is actually a quantum activation code? What if speaking it like a creator, instead of reading it like a consumer, changes everything about your financial reality? What if the power to get wealth isn't something God might give you someday, but something He already placed inside you, and you've been ignoring the activation key this whole time? Stay with me, because we're about to decode one of the most powerful wealth scriptures in the Bible using insights from Andrew Wommack, a teacher who understands that grace has already provided everything and faith is how you access it. If that grabs your attention, hit that like button right now and let's dive in. Let's read the verse. But you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you power to get wealth, that He may establish His covenant which He swore to your fathers, as it is this day. Most people stop at the surface. They say, oh, God gives me the power, so I'll pray harder, work harder, hope harder. But that's not what Andrew Wommack teaches. Wommack has spent decades unpacking the balance between grace and faith. He says grace is God's part, it's what He's already done. Faith is your part, it's how you receive what's already been given. And here's the breakthrough. The power to get wealth is not something you're begging God to send down. It's already in you. It was deposited the moment you entered covenant. Deuteronomy 8:18 isn't a future promise. It's a present reality you've been ignoring because no one taught you how to activate it. Before we go further, let me break down something most pastors never explain. The word power in this verse is the Hebrew word coach. And coach doesn't just mean power like electricity. It means strength, ability, capacity, concentrated force. It's the creative energy inside you that generates ideas, opens doors, attracts favor, and produces resources. When God says He gives you coach to get wealth, He's saying He's placed a wealth-generating capacity inside your very being. It's not outside you, it's not in the economy, it's not in your job, it's in you. And here's what Andrew Wommack emphasizes: God doesn't measure prosperity by how much money you have. He measures it by your understanding that He is the source. Financial prosperity isn't God handing you cash. It's God giving you an anointing, a capacity, an ability that enables you to prosper. The real asset isn't the money, it's the favor of God operating through you. So what happens when you speak this verse like a quantum creator instead of a passive believer? Everything shifts. Because speaking as a creator means you're not asking for permission. You're acknowledging what already exists. You're collapsing the wave function. In quantum physics, observation and intention literally shape reality. A particle exists in a state of infinite possibility until it's observed. Then it collapses into a single outcome. Your words, your focus, your belief, those are the observation tools. When you say God has given me the power to get wealth, you're not hopping, you're declaring. You're calling the unseen into the seen. That's not positive thinking, that's quantum faith, that's how the kingdom operates. The Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics tells us that particles exist in probability states until observed by a conscious entity. Your consciousness, your observation, collapses probability into reality. This is not New Age theory. This is how God designed creation to respond to the voice of His image bearers. Andrew Wommack teaches that everything you need has already been provided through grace. Healing, prosperity, peace, breakthrough, it's all finished. But most believers live like it's still pending. They're waiting for God to do what He's already done. Wommack says the problem isn't that God hasn't provided. The problem is believers don't know how to receive. And receiving starts with acknowledgement. It starts with speaking the reality that exists in the spirit realm until it manifests in the natural realm. Deuteronomy 8:18 is your legal document. It's proof that the power is already yours. But if you never speak it, if you never act on it, if you never align with it, it stays dormant, and you stay broke. Now listen closely. Wommack says something revolutionary about stewardship that changes everything. He says you need to stop thinking this is my money and start understanding you're a steward of God's finances. The world tells you to be an owner. God calls you to be a steward. And stewardship means you manage the resources of another. When you realize the money flowing through your hands isn't yours, but God's, it removes the pressure. You're not the source, you're the channel. And channels don't get clogged with fear, worry, or control. Channels stay open, channels flow. This is the mindset shift that unlocks supernatural provision. You stop trying to earn wealth and start positioning yourself to receive it. Comment below and tell me this. What would change in your life if you truly believed the power to get wealth is already inside you? I'm curious what comes up for you. And if this is landing, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because we're unpacking biblical wealth codes every week and you don't want to miss what's coming. Let's go deeper. The verse says, "For it is he who gives you power to get wealth." Notice the word gives, not will give, not might give if you're good enough. Gives, present tense, continuous action. God is constantly releasing this power. It's flowing like a river, but most people are standing on the bank waiting for the river to come to them. You have to step in. You have to immerse yourself. You have to speak the word over your life until your mind, your emotions, and your actions sync up with what's already true in the spirit. This is where quantum principles and biblical truth converge. The quantum field responds to frequency. Your thoughts, your words, your beliefs, those create a frequency, and the field mirrors it back to you. If you're vibrating at lack, the field gives you more lack. If you're vibrating at abundance, the field opens doors you didn't even know existed. Andrew Wommack says faith is not a force you generate through willpower. Faith is simply agreeing with what God has already said and done. It's receiving, not achieving. It's resting, not striving. But here's the part people miss. Resting doesn't mean doing nothing. It means acting from a place of completion, not desperation. When you speak Deuteronomy 8:18 as a quantum creator, you're not begging, you're remembering, you're activating, you're calling forth. And that shift in posture changes everything. You stop asking God to give you something He already gave. You start thanking Him for what's already yours and positioning yourself to receive it. Now let's talk about the second part of the verse, that He may establish His covenant. This isn't just about you getting rich. This is about covenant. God made promises to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, promises of blessing, multiplication, inheritance, and those promises didn't expire. They passed down through bloodlines and through faith. When you became born again, you entered that covenant. You became an heir, and one of the covenant promises is wealth. Not as an end in itself, but as a tool to advance the kingdom, to bless others, to establish God's purposes on earth. When you understand that wealth is tied to covenant, you stop feeling guilty about wanting it. You stop shrinking back. You realize that prospering isn't selfish. It's obedience. It's your inheritance. The covenant God made with Abraham included a people and a land, but it also included blessing and multiplication. God told Abraham, "I will bless you and make you a blessing." Abraham's inheritance was passed to Isaac, then to Jacob, and through that lineage Christ was born. Today, every believer is a partaker of Abraham's blessing, the promised inheritance. You are not outside the covenant. You are in it. The wealth capacity God gave Abraham flows to you. The favor God showed Isaac is available to you. The breakthrough Jacob fought for is your birthright. Jacob was so zealous for God's blessing that he wrestled with God for it. That is the kind of faith God rewards. Aggressive, determined, unwilling to let go until the blessing manifests. This brings us to a critical teaching about the nature of biblical faith that most modern Christians completely misunderstand. Jesus said in Matthew 11:12, "The kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force." What does that mean? It means kingdom faith is not passive. It's not timid. It's not waiting quietly in a corner hoping God notices you. The violent take it by force. That word violent doesn't mean physically aggressive. It means passionate, fervent, forceful. It means you seize what's already been promised. You claim it. You appropriate it. You don't compromise. This is the force of faith. And when you operate in this aggressive faith, you take what belongs to you in the kingdom. And here's where quantum language becomes powerful. In quantum physics, entanglement means two particles can be connected across any distance. When one changes, the other responds instantly. You are entangled with the covenant. What happened to Abraham, what was promised to him, is accessible to you right now because you're in covenant. The blessings aren't in the future. They're already released. They're entangled with your identity. When you speak Deuteronomy 8:18, you're not creating something new. You're aligning with something that already exists. You're tuning your frequency to match the covenant reality. And when you do that, the manifestation is inevitable. Think about what entanglement really means for your spiritual life. In the quantum realm, once two particles become entangled, they remain connected regardless of distance or time. Distance doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter. What affects one instantly affects the other. Now apply this to covenant. When God cut covenant with Abraham, he wasn't just making a deal for that generation. He was creating an entanglement across time. Every promise, every blessing, every provision released to Abraham became entangled with every future heir. You're not separated from Abraham's blessing by 4,000 years. You're entangled with it. It exists in your spiritual DNA. The moment you speak and align with the covenant, you activate the entanglement. The blessing that was there collapses into your present reality. If you're serious about activating this practically, we've created a tool to help. It's the Quantum Wealth Scripture Journal. 30 days of scripture combined with quantum wealth activations, reflective prompts, and real-world money moves. It's designed to help you shift from passive belief to active creation. Link is in the description and pinned in the first comment. This isn't theory, it's application. Wealth isn't just about money, it's about capacity. It's about the ability to create, to build, to influence, to multiply. Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives you power to get wealth. That word power in Hebrew is coach. It means strength, ability, capacity. It's the creative force inside you. It's the ideas that wake you up at 3 in the morning. It's the opportunities that seem to appear out of nowhere. It's the favor that opens doors no human could open. That's the power. And it's already in you, but if you never acknowledge it, if you never speak it into activation, it stays dormant. You live beneath your inheritance. Let me give you a concrete example of how this works. You're in your business or your job and you hit a wall. You need a breakthrough, you need a solution, you need money to flow. What do most people do? They panic, they stress, they try to force things through human effort alone. But what if instead you stopped and remembered Deuteronomy 8:18? You spoke it out loud. God has given me the power to get wealth. God has given me coach. God has given me creative capacity. Suddenly your mind shifts, your frequency shifts, and within hours or days an idea comes, a connection appears, a door opens. That's not coincidence. That's quantum faith in action. That's the coach activating. That's the power God gave you responding to your alignment with His Word. Andrew Wommack also teaches that believers are often passive about receiving. They think faith is waiting quietly for God to move, but biblical faith is aggressive. It takes, it seizes, it demands what's already been promised, not in arrogance but in confidence. You're not twisting God's arm, you're agreeing with His Word. And when your words agree with His Word, creation responds. This is the quantum boldness believers need, not timid hopping, bold declaring. Speaking Deuteronomy 8:18 like you mean it, like it's true, like it's already done, because it is. The violent take it by force. That's not just a nice saying, that's your instruction manual. You don't sit back and hope wealth finds you. You violently seize your covenant inheritance. You speak it, you declare it, you move toward it. You act like it's already yours because in the spirit realm it is. And when your actions in the natural align with what's already true in the spirit, the two realms merge. The invisible becomes visible. The promised becomes manifested. This is how kingdom wealth works. It's not passive, it's aggressive, it's intentional, it's quantum. And if you've been walking this journey with us and you want to go even deeper, we have a YouTube membership where you can support this channel and get early access to every video we release. It's a simple way to be part of what we are building here, and it means more to us than you know. Check it out if it resonates. Here's the practical activation. Right now, after this video, I want you to speak Deuteronomy 8:18 out loud 10 times. Not in your head, out loud. Let your ears hear it. Let your nervous system register it. Let the quantum field receive it. Say, I remember the Lord my God, for it is He who has given me power to get wealth, that He may establish His covenant. Say it until something shifts inside you. Say it until you start believing it. Say it until your emotions catch up with the truth, because that's when the breakthrough happens, not when you understand it intellectually, when you embody it. Why 10 times? Because repetition rewires your neural pathways. Your brain learns through repetition. Your nervous system adapts through repetition. When you speak the same declaration 10 times, you're not just saying words. You're installing new software into your subconscious mind. You're overwriting old programs of lack with new programs of abundance. You're shifting your default frequency from fear to faith. And once that shift happens at the subconscious level, your external reality has no choice but to reorganize itself around your new frequency. This is neuroscience. This is quantum mechanics. This is biblical truth. and they all point to the same reality: your words create your world. Every single moment of your life, infinite possibilities exist. You could receive a phone call that changes everything. You could have an idea worth millions. You could meet someone who opens a door you didn't know existed. All of those possibilities exist right now in superposition. But which one collapses into your reality depends on where you place your observation. And your observation is directed by your words, your beliefs, and your focus. When you declare God has given me power to get wealth, you're directing your observation toward the abundance timeline. You're collapsing the wave function in favor of prosperity. You're selecting the reality where covenant blessings manifest. This is not manipulation. This is alignment. This is how God designed you to function as a co-creator in His universe. This isn't about manipulating God. This is about aligning with how He designed reality to work. He gave you the power. He established the covenant. He released the provision. Your job is to receive it, to speak it, to act on it. And when you do, the quantum field of infinite possibilities responds. Doors open, ideas come, favor shows up. Money flows, not because you earned it, because you aligned with what was already yours. Well, here's your takeaway. Stop reading Deuteronomy 8:18 like it's a nice verse. Start speaking it like it's your legal right, like it's your covenant inheritance, like it's the quantum activation code for wealth that's been waiting for you to claim it. God already did His part. Grace already provided. Now it's time for you to do your part. Receive it, speak it, live it. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And I'll see you in the next one. Now go activate your covenant wealth.